archaeology. Oh, I forgot to put an L there. I'm sorry. Now, archaeology means the study of ancient civilizations. So when archaeologists dig in the ground and they look at little things and they study the very, very ancient civilizations. So this is the study of archaeology. You would go to a university and you would study archaeology. Okay? Now, if we turn this into an adjective, a modifier, it becomes archaeological. So the archaeological park at Angkor is a vast area. It covers maybe 50, 60 square kilometers, and there are dozens of temples there. You can't walk from temple to temple. You have to have a taxi or a tuk-tuk and take you from place to place. So I spent all day Saturday at the archaeological park, which means I didn't just see Angkor Wat, I saw many temples in the area, the park. So I spent all day Saturday there, and then Saturday night I went to the circus. Do you know what a circus is? What I mean by circus? No? Circus. A circus is a performance. It's a performance of, it can include animals. In Europe or in America, a circus will have acrobats and it will have animal acts, all sorts of, entertainment. But sometimes a circus just refers to acrobatic acts. And so the circus that I went to at Siem Reap was just acrobatic acts. And the reason I went to see this circus is because there is a school in Cambodia for little children all the way through secondary school. And it started, I think, about 20 years ago for the children of refugees. And the school is devoted to, its emphasis are the fine arts. So music, dancing, painting, acting, and also acrobatics. So they every night they perform a circus in Siem Reap, and the money for the tickets go to support the school. So, because my career was an educator, I wanted to, learn about this school. So I went to the circus. It was very, very, very entertaining. The acts were very good.
How many hours about the circus? How many hours?
Oh, the performance was maybe an hour to an hour and a half.
1 and a half?
Maybe an hour and a half. It's like about the same length of time as any other performance, concert.
Excuse me, how much did you pay for the ticket?
Pardon me?
How much for the ticket?
Oh, the ticket was expensive. Yeah, the ticket was expensive. But I didn't care because the profits went to supporting the school. So I figured, okay, it's a donation to the school, but also it's a good show. So, either way, it was, yeah. Well, most of the revenue from all of the tickets, it goes to supporting the school. So that was, yeah.
The child in the school.
Yeah, yeah. It pays the electricity bill. It pays the teachers. You know, the children live there, so it pays for their meals, you know.
This is a drink or subsidized?
Did I? Oh, there's no, it's just, you know, you buy your ticket and you go and you sit down and then you watch the show. Yeah, circus. The word circus comes from Latin. Do you know the language Latin? Have you heard of Latin? Latin. Latin is a language that was spoken. It's no longer spoken anywhere, but it was spoken by the ancient Roman Empire. So all of the classical literature of the Roman Empire was written in Latin. And when I was in school, when I was a boy in school and on, you know, all the way through, I studied Latin. So I could read Latin, but I can't speak it to anybody because no one speaks Latin anymore. It's like an ancient language. And in Thailand, or in India, or in Bangladesh, there would be professors, scholars, who would study Sanskrit, which nobody reads or speaks Sanskrit anymore, but you do it so that you can learn about ancient civilizations. So in Latin, circus means a circle. That's what that word means. The circus means a circle. So when you go to a circus, as in this show at Siem Reap, the performance is inside a big circle, and the audience sits around the circle. So we call it a circus because the show is in a. No, I didn't. Yeah, you have to go to the show. Yeah.
Teacher, every seat is the same price. Every seat allow the circle the same price.
Well, at Siem Reap, at the circus at Siem Reap, people sat all the way around here, but there was a gap because the performers needed to be able to come and go inside the circus, but then everybody sat around here, and so the show, the people are always turning and performing so that everybody in the seating can see. But we call it a circus because it's mostly a circle. And that's a gap. Okay? Does it help you to have these conversations? To learn words and to hear pronunciation and everything like that? Okay. Well, now I want to start something new, and it's now remember Friday. Okay, let's review from Friday. Who, whom, and which. Okay? Do you remember when you use who, when you use whom, and when you use which? Can you explain that to me?
Who use this man, with things.
Right. We use who, Ben got it correct. We use who when we're referring to people, and we use which when we're referring to objects or things. So, the chef who prepared the meal is Australian. So, who is a pronoun that refers back to chef. We call this a relative pronoun because who relates back to the chef. Now, when we say the bus, which I took was number 1, we would use which refers back, this clause refers back to bus, so we're going to use which. Okay? Who when we're referring to people, which when we're referring to things. Now, that's not all. Sometimes when we're referring to people, we use who, and sometimes we use whom. Here it gets a little more complicated.